everybody, Mandy here.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
So I'm just gonna throw us straight into this. We're here to do the Astro-Tarot readings for the new moon in Cancer, which is very exciting. It's coming up on the 10th of July, and the moon rules Cancer, so it really is a very big one, especially for anyone who does do moon work. And we assume that everyone that is watching these videos has an interest and a belief in the energy of the moon. So, you know, if you're going to make some kind of, I don't know, some wishes or kind of goals, or, you know, trying to sort of launch yourself in a new direction, this would be a great time to do it. So let's just sort of like give you all the kind of information first of all. So the actual new moon itself is when the moon is at 18 degrees of Cancer. The same degree when the sun is at 18 degrees Cancer, the moon joins it at 18 degrees and 1 minute Cancer. So that's what makes it a new moon. And that happens on Saturday, the 10th of July at 2:15 a.m. in the morning UK time, which is, Harleed?
4:15 a.m. Arabian Standard Time.
Sharon?
9:15 p.m. July 9th.
Where are you? What's your time zone?
Eastern.
Yes, Saturday.
Great. So that'll be 6:15 p.m. That's the day before again. So July the 9th, Pacific Standard Time.
Great. So we've got that all sorted.
No.
Just for the record, the moon actually goes into Cancer a couple of days before. It arrives in Cancer on the 8th of July. We won't go through all the time zones again. I'll just do the UK one and you can work it out for yourselves. But it goes into Cancer on the 8th of July on the Thursday at 2:51 p.m. in the afternoon. So that's when it enters the sign. And as I say, when it gets as far as 18 degrees, which is on the 10th, that's when it hits the new moon. And it comes out of Cancer on Sunday, the 11th of July at 1:21 a.m. in the morning. So, you know, it's a few days all in all in the sign. And just for the record, I do say this every time, but if you are a moon worker, the new moon phase lasts for 45 degrees after it hits the new moon. So the new moon work will be kind of appropriate, and it will still have all the magic about it up until Tuesday, the 13th of July at 3:02 p.m. UK, when it's at 3 degrees and 1 minute Virgo, the very early stages of Virgo. So it travels all the way through the end of Cancer, all the way through Leo, and it just gets into Virgo, and then it's no longer the new moon phase. So that's that. Now, looking at this on the astrological side of things, the one thing I noticed is the connections that this new moon has actually got, where it's actually making connections that count. It seems to be with all the very big outer planets. Did you notice that, Harleed?
Yeah, immediately I was struck. It's like with all of them.
Yes.
It's with all of the outer planets and the asteroid Chiron, you know?
Yes.
So it's very striking.
Yeah. So, yeah, and these are the sort of the furthest away planets. So you've got a very positive connection with Uranus, which is in Taurus. You've got a very even better positive connection with Neptune. And then you've got the sort of more challenging, possibly more challenging, can't speak, connections with Pluto in Capricorn and Chiron in Aries. But all the other sort of more localized planets and the things that are closer to us, the moon is not particularly kind of affecting on this new moon. Not really.
Yeah. I mean, I would just based on these alignments, I would think something, I would work on maybe drafting a very imaginative, very ambitious, very otherworldly intention for my manifestation for this new moon, you know? Yeah. I'd forget about boundaries, you know? And I know I'm saying this before we're actually doing the readings, but like all of these alignments with the outer planet, all of the outer planets, they're very striking.
Yeah.
So I would just do something totally
big.
unconventional, deal with shadow work for Pluto, or just like,
Yeah, rather than the personal sort of everyday sort of stuff. It does
Yeah.
definitely feel like it's a more bigger sort of deal. So yeah. Okay,
definitely.
so we're going to do we're going to put ourselves into the unknown today, and I have brought along the famous Mandy on the Moon bag. Okay, and I've done a very bad job of writing our names, our 4 names, onto 4 of the moons. So that's me. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that?
Yep, now we can.
Mandy, right? Okay, in the bag. Who's next? Khalid, can you see it? Yeah. Sharon.
There we go.
And Cassidy. Okay, so we're all in the bag, right? So we have, first of all, before we pull them out of the bag, we're going to see who is doing what. We're all reading with different decks today, which Sharon and I are being very adventurous. We did, we launched a new event about a week ago called Reading in the Dark, where we braved it and we read in front of a live audience with cards or decks of cards that we've never read with before. It was quite terrifying, but we got through it and we enjoyed it so much that we're going to read with these decks again today. So these were the decks that were chosen from the Magic Moon bag. Oh, it's just giving it a new name, the Magic Moon bag. So I ended up reading with, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, with the Black Cat Tarot, which is a lovely deck. So I will be doing my readings from that today. Sharon is going to read with
The Victorian Romantic by Baba Studio.
Yeah, and that's what she got out of the moon bag for the Reading in the Dark, which if you are interested in attending our next Reading in the Dark, check it out on our website, because we will be doing it again in a few weeks' time. And Cassidy, which deck are you reading from today?
I think the Moonchild Tarot. Oops. Just seemed very appropriate for working with this Cancer.
I like the look of that.
Yeah. Next time you read with that, I need to read with Starman.
Have you read with this deck before, Cassidy?
A couple of times, yeah, mostly just for myself.
Okay. And Khalid, you are reading with?
My go-to Radiant Rider-Waite.
Very good. Yes, very good. It's good that somebody is grounded today. Right. Okay, so we're going to pull the names out. Okay, we're going to do, one of us will read the cardinal signs. This will all be explained as we go on. One will read the fixed, one will read the mutable. And whoever doesn't get picked out of the bag will be reading the oracle, which will comment on all of the 3 cards for that element. It's not difficult to follow this. It's exciting, but anyway, I'm having a shake and a shuffle inside the moon bag. I'm not looking, so somebody shout stop. Whichever one I'm touching will be reading the cardinal signs. Okay. It's me.
Mandy.
I'm going to be reading the cardinals. Right. Okay. So we're now pulling for the fixed signs. Say stop.
Stop.
Sharon.
Okay.
Okay. 2 left. Okay. Tell me
Stop.
when. Did you say stop?
Yeah.
Cassidy.
I sensed it.
Beautiful.
I sensed the
So
oracle
that
was coming to me.
means Khalid, you are.
So I guess I'm not gonna be so grounded after all, because it's the first time that I use a tarot deck as an oracle deck.
I told you it was going to be full of surprises today.
Yeah.
I'm going to be reading for the cardinal signs. So I'm going to start off with Aries. Okay. Aries, what is the message for anyone who has the sun, moon, or rising in Aries? What is the message to make the most of this full moon that is coming into Cancer on the 10th of July? What is the message for anybody who is an Aries sun, moon, or rising? Okay, it's reversed. So let me just... okay, so what I've got, I'm trying to sort of work this out. I mean, this is so different from the Rider-Waite. You would not believe it. Okay, so give me a moment to get my head around it. Now, although I have got the Nine of Pentacles, and although that is a kind of, not kind of, it's an earth sign, there is something very, very watery about this version of the Nine of Coins. And it has come up in reverse, but I need to get my head around the upright first of all. So I have got this cat lying on its back, floating. You know, it's like that lovely feeling of floating. And it's surrounded by a circle of sharks, right? Okay. So this is for the new moon in Cancer. Now, came up reversed. Oh, I'll tell you what else. At the very, very bottom of the card, and I don't know if you can see it, but floating towards the cat is a bottle with a message in it, which is really, really cool. Right, okay. I'm honestly, let me just go with the kind of the upright version of the card for a minute. I just feel if you really think about life too hard, and I think this is why it's reversed actually, if you really think about life, when I say too hard, it's very easy to just be aware that there is danger around you all the time. How can you possibly live your life like that? You have to switch off sometimes, like this cat, and just think, do you know what? Wherever I go, there is something that could just sort of come up and attack me, right? You know, I'm just loving lying here in this water, and I'm just going to just take absolutely no notice of them. And you know, if they're meant to get me, they'll. I think the cat is just oblivious and doesn't care. I'm trying to make some sense now of this message in a bottle that is coming towards the cat. I think there's something important in that bottle. I think that's why it's there in the card. And I believe that if the cat was not prepared to just kind of put itself in some sort of danger, it would never know what that message was in the bottle. And I just feel that, if you, on this new moon, allow yourself to relax a little bit, not worry about what might come and get you, because there's danger around us all the time. And we could just live our lives entirely paranoid. We could do that. But, you know, how many times do you die? I know cats have 9 lives, and we happen to be reading the Black Cat Tarot. But if you're going to kind of live by your paranoia, you're not going to live, are you? And I feel that that cat is going to miss out. If that cat was a paranoid cat, it would never know what that message is in the bottle. And it's just sharing that ocean with the sharks, and it's prepared to leave them alone, and it's assuming that the sharks will leave him alone. And I just feel, use this new moon to create an intention that might be a little bit adventurous, and don't stop living your life because what could go wrong. Go for what it is that you want, and don't let paranoia or the possibility of something going wrong stop you from getting that message and kind of like, you know, moving on to the next thing. I kind of like feel this is suggesting to go for it.
I love the reading, and I love the deck. It's just a brilliant deck.
Have you seen this deck, Harley? It's a really nice
I
deck.
haven't. Just like this card you showed me, it's just brilliant.
I've never read with that card before. Just now, that's the first time. That did not come up when we were doing the reading in the Dove. It was like, hang on a minute, right? Yeah, but it's really nice. It's a really nice deck. Anyway,
so if anybody has Sun, Moon, or Ascendant in Leo,
oh no,
this is like 3/4 of us.
Everybody apart from me, yeah.
Oh, poor Mandy.
Right.
She's an honorary Leo, right? see what the message is for you. I have the Magician in reverse.
Oh. Can we see it upright? Can we have a little upright
Okay.
as well?
The Santa Claus.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, Magician in reverse. Let me show you the shinies going on in this cold cast real quick, because, you know, I'm all about the caca. So, the Magician in reverse for Leo, and what I'm getting here is in that reverse position, you know, when it was upright, it looked like he was sitting by the bed. In the reverse, it looks like he's lying in the bed. I think what might be going on is a lot of times we get caught in these traps where we either forget we have magic to do, or we forget we have the mundane that we can use as well. And we forget to mix the two, because it's not just doing magic that will get us ahead. And it's just not just running in place and working with the physical that we have that will get us ahead. But if we marry the two, the magic will work better. So instead of forgetting that you have magic completely, and instead of forgetting that you have to exist in the physical realm, you know, one extreme or the other, it's almost like a baby temperance just with our magic. So do the blend, everything in moderation, and every tool at your disposal. We live in the physical world, and our books, our pens, our paper, our automobile, our cash register, all that stuff is just as magical as the magic that we use, the stuff that comes out of the aether. So put the two together. All right.
Gosh, I can't tell you how much that resonates with me. I mean, I'm speechless. So just like, I don't know if that resonates with you as well, Cassidy, with the Leo rising. But yep.
That's amazing.
And it's like, it's a topic I've just been thinking about over the past couple of days. So it's, thank you. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree. That's something that's been very around for me too lately. So thank you for that. We got a sneak peek because it's shortly before the moon as we're filming this. Great. So I am reading for the mutable fire sign of Sagittarius. And this is a very interesting card as well, that I've actually never seen this card before either, or had it come up in a reading, and it's come up in reverse as well. So this is the Four of Pentacles. So it has this woman who's kind of sitting here. What's she doing with her hands? She's got one hand like this, one hand like this, and she's just like got her eyes closed, and she's got these shadows, or I guess spots of light, stars all over her, and there's clouds around her. It's just very like dreamlike and luxurious. It's a very beautiful card. How I'm reading this is sort of like, you know, that cliche saying where they say like, speak it into existence. I kind of see that, but more like in an internal sense. So kind of explore what it is that you're really wanting to manifest, and what goals that you're setting up for yourself. How I see this, I just get the sense that she just like took this deep breath, and she's just like holding there, like right at the top of her breath. So what I would say is like, kind of like explore the top of your breath. Like, what is it that gives you cause for pause after an inhale? This kind of seems like the opposite of what takes your breath away, but what is something that like gives you breath and then stops you, you know? Whether that's a thought that you have, or a goal that you have, or something that you're, a topic you're wanting to study, you know what I mean? Just what, it's a very different, I don't know if this even makes sense, but there's things that just take your breath away and then you stop there kind of in a moment of awe. But then there's things that if you got that news, or if something came into being for you, you would just go, stop with an inhale. I don't know if this is like tangible enough to like say as a message, but I think explore like those moments in your life that has happened, or even if just in your moonwork session, spend a little bit of time. It doesn't even show journaling, just like sitting with it, thinking about it. What would be that thing that would just make you so excited. I love what Khalid said with no boundaries, because like there's, you know, I'm just seeing it as quite boundless here. It is in reverse, but I'm still kind of seeing that.
I like the fact that's come up for Sagittarius, you know, which is the sort of the sign that is much more about kind of adventures and kind of like, you know, like whether it's travel or whatever, but it really is about exploring new horizons and to kind of like have that wow factor as part of your kind of goal for this new moon is awesome.
And I love that as advice. I think it's incredibly tangible advice. I have to send you that. I got a speech impediment apparently. Now, I posted a couple of weeks ago, you might not have seen it, where it's TJ Klune. I was reading one of his books and it said, because life isn't about each breath we take. Life is about those moments that take our breath away.
Oh my God, that is that card. Wow. Wow.
Very tangible.
That's beautiful.
Thank you, Cassie. Oh, here comes the oracle.
Yes. So I'm going to be pulling an oracle for all the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius.
Yeah.
Already, I feel like there's, from all of your readings, like there's a thread, common thread running through, which is the element of the unknown, or border zones, even with the Magician reversed, I'm thinking. So yeah, I feel like definitely there's a common thread of like, how do you deal with the less known, the less comfortable, or like things that are outside of your, either the zone of your knowledge or the zone of your comfort, right? Okay, so but what is the one piece of advice that is most relevant for anyone with the sun, moon, or ascendant in any of the fire signs who also plans to do some moon work? Whoa, this is beautiful. This is so moon in Cancer, trine Neptune in Pisces. It just screams. It's screaming that. All right. So basically, how do I summarize this even? I mean, talking about boundaries, this is saying screw boundaries, screw limits, you know, just wow. It's just saying just suck up the watery magic of that moment. It's a cups card. Suck up that watery magic. Okay. Actually, definitely do the moon work at night. I know you're not going to see the moon, doesn't matter. It has to be done at night. Really suck up the energy and let your mind roam very freely over, kind of let it do a scan of yourself, like a really deep meditative scan of yourself, and try to figure out what attracts you the most. And whatever you hit on during that meditative moment, seize it as the target of your manifestation, right? So I'm feeling like a bit of improvisation would be good for this new moon. Like, be in the moment, let your mind be open to all the possibilities, and then as you dive into your own mysterious complexities, and then you find that one thing that's speaking to you, seize on it and make that the target of your manifestation. Okay? But the possibilities are unlimited. So yeah. So just have that in the back of your head. Think you have the permission to dream big. So even if it's like an inner obstacle that you feel like is impossible to block, if that is what calls to you at the moment of inner reflection on the night of that full moon, go with it. 7 of Cups upright. It's all possible.
Wow.
Wow.
That's very appropriate.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, that's great for all of to blend with all of the things that we already said.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. See, you can read oracles with normal tarot decks.
Yeah.
You can be the oracle. It's you. Okay, so what is the message if you are Sun, Moon, or Rising, Khalid, in Capricorn on this new moon in Cancer? Okay, what is the message for you to benefit the most from this new moon in Cancer? What is the message from the Black Cat Tarot for calling all Capricorns? The message is strength. Now, this is a very, very beautiful strength card. I'll show you it very sort of like quickly, but we'll post it up properly. But in this strength card, it's hard. It's going to be very hard for you to see it, but you will see it on the bigger picture. There is a lion peacefully asleep. The lion is not sort of looking up adoringly or anything like that, like that we get with the Rider-Waite. The lion is just absolutely at peace and serenity. And the reason that the lion is just so chilled is because there is a little black cat giving him a massage, right? Okay. I don't think you can sort of see it there, but it's kind of like by his head. Though, and this little black cat does not look as though it's being of service. It doesn't look as though it's scared. It's just kind of, that's what they do. It's just kind of lions having a sleep. Oh, that's all right. I'll give him a nice massage so that he can enjoy it. It's just got a really, really lovely, lovely, peaceful feel to it. It is also, once again, it's interesting because I'm picking up on the first card I had where the cat is lying there chilled out and there's the sharks around it. But where the lion is and where this kind of like little therapy session is taking place, there are bones all around where other poor creatures have kind of like died. But the attention is on the fact how happy both this alive lion and alive cat are. I would say, so on the new moon for Capricorns, I would say that Capricorn is a dynamic energy. And I feel on this new moon, there might be this kind of like real urge to, you know, sort of like, what can I create? It's the new moon. It's the new moon in Cancer. I have to use this kind of, you know, this opportunity to kind of launch something new. It's cardinal Capricorn. It's very dynamic, very ambitious. No, use this new moon to just relax, chill out with your best friend, whoever that best friend may be. You've got the rest of the year. You're a Capricorn, for God's sake. You're not short of kind of like having inspirational ideas and putting them into practice. Chill out on this new moon, recharge your batteries, have your best friend there with you if you want, whatever. Just enjoy the luxury of relaxation. Really, really kind of go for it. You're a long time dead. That's there in that card as well, with all those bones and things, you know. And if you're just going at it 365 days of the year, kind of like, you know, driving yourself mad to be the most ambitious and the most successful, you know, you can't take it all with you. So just chill out on this new moon. That's the message that I'm getting from the Black Cat Tarot for anyone who has Sun, Moon, or Rising in Capricorn. Thank you.
Very nice.
Oh, didn't mean to do
Loving
that.
this deck.
All right. That was good. It looked like you needed to hear that one. The look on your face. That's that Capricorn.
Oh, the chill?
Yeah. Do you know how to do that?
It's complicated.
I know. So this one's for Mandy. Sun, Moon, or Ascendant in Taurus. All right. I got the Three of Wands. And this is an odd Three of Wands. It's different. It's very celebratory to me. And I love his, that's like a trombone. Is that the sliding trombone? But wait, it's got a little dragon's head. He is celebrating something coming to fruition, something coming home, something that he set in motion. So I'm saying for the new moon in Cancer, welcome something home. Bring something home. Something that you've been working on is ready to come to fruition, ready to come to an end so you can celebrate it. So that would be a really great time to work on that manifestation. It would be a really good time to put closure onto something that will bring you joy, having it end. And that was the Three of Wands.
Lovely.
So something you've been working on, something it just needs a little more oomph, and you will close it down, bring it home. All right.
Nice. Cool. Baba Studios announced, I think it was like a week or two ago, that they're reprinting that deck. So it's available again, folks. Act
I
quick.
think I know what that might be for me with my Taurus. That might be the end of my mortgage.
That, yeah, I'm thinking, yeah.
Cancer, the home sign, you know.
Yeah.
That's perfect. So yeah, just put a little more into it. You got
Love
this.
that. Excellent message. Okay, so I'm reading for the mutable earth sign of Virgo. And the card I have here, it's also come up in reverse. It's the Two of Wands, but I'll show it kind of upright. How she looks. It's a really beautiful card. And the energy I'm kind of getting off of her is sort of like, try me. You know? I don't know why I'm kind of seeing it that way, but it's sort of like inviting to be tested, sort of a thing. But being that it's in reverse, I'm gonna give the advice to sort of soften that side, soften that front that you would use or put up. And maybe just kind of like ask yourself what would happen on a smaller scale, you know, if you said yes more and you said no less. You know, just to little things that maybe, oh, this is outside the scope of my practice, or this is beyond what I want to do, or like I don't touch this sort of thing. You know what I mean? It just seems like you could really stand a lot from kind of exploring, but like dropping your personal boundaries that would allow for like a greater sense of expansion in your life. There's some things that you've put up, and it's, I don't know, it's maybe in a sense of being like saving your pride, or it's kind of, I don't know, I'm getting just like this big ego flex sort of from this woman here. And I don't know why, because she's like got this beautiful, peaceful hair, pink hair, and she's holding this globe. Like, it's a very serene card. But, and there's a ton of water behind her, you know? And it's sort of just like there's that boundary to that deeper, watery unknown behind you, and you're just guarding it to people, or you're not bringing it forth, or you're not letting that kind of flow through the gates because you're standing there in your big fiery dress. You know what I mean? It just seems a bit stark for what I'm seeing called for this new moon. So that would be what I would say, you know, like drop some personal boundaries and push yourself to kind of try something, not even new, but just something that you've really like not done in the past. I don't touch this thing. I don't go this far. I don't do this thing. But then like, I'm not even saying ask why. I'm just saying just don't do it. You know, I'm not saying this needs to be super contemplative and diving into why you have these personal boundaries. Like, just drop them and see where it goes. I think there's a lot that can come through for you.
Bit like
Lovely.
we're doing today, reading with these decks that we're not used to.
Yeah, if you're a reader and there's like, I don't read on like this sort of thing, I don't read with those decks, give it a go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
I love it.
Lovely. So with Capricorn, the message from Mandy was just chill.
Yeah.
You don't have to just like manifest everything in such a large scale. With Sharon, it was like, stick with what you've already sent out, wait for it to come, and you will appreciate the results. And with Cassidy, let your guard down. Let your guard down and see where that moment of openness takes you. So I'm drawing one card of advice for anyone with the sun, moon, or ascendant in any of the earth signs that my lovely friends have just read for, right? So, all right, so I got for you the Page of Wands reversed. I feel like here that the earthy element, see the yellow in the card, it's standing out in contrast, like more sharply than the red. The earthy part is standing out more sharply than the fiery red part. And that, along with the fact that it's reversed, it's sort of telling me like, not resist is not the right word, but maybe don't let yourself be swept away. That's it. Don't let yourself be swept away by impulses, right? By the impulse of the moment. Okay, no. Like, be okay with being slow, even if that might feel like a bit boring, and it might feel like not at the pace that you see as ideal. Be okay with that. Be okay with slow growth, okay, rather than things manifesting very quickly. And right, okay, right. So it'll be easier for you to see the beauty of. Okay, it'll be easy for you to appreciate what you want to manifest. The more you can visualize it as a long-term goal, right? Rather than thinking about what it could bring you, let's say next week, think about what it could become, let's say 3 months from that night of the new moon, right? And once you visualize those possibilities, the more long-term ones, then what you manifest is going to have more appeal to you, right? That thing that you might not likely consider to be as so important, if you go with the impulsive side of your personality, right, or the impulsive feeling, the appeal will become clear the more you focus on the long-term possibilities of its manifestation. Yeah, that's it.
Nice. Very nice.
Wow, that was awesome.
Okay.
Very
So moving on to the air signs. So cardinal, I'm starting with the cardinal air, which is Libra. Okay. And it will be, if you have the sun, moon, or rising in Libra, what is the message so that you can get the maximum benefit from this new moon in Cancer? Is that you, Sharon? Libra rising? No, thought so. Libra. Okay. Now, this is where I've got to think a little bit hard. I think this is the King. I think this is, I've got a Cups card, and I think it is the King. But, I'd have to go through the whole deck to be really sure about this. I'm going to go with the King. I'll show you the image. The throne is there, but is it the King or is it the Queen? I think because he hasn't got anything around his neck, like a necklace, I've got a feeling it's the King. I think it's the King. Look, at the end of the day, this is definitely one of the royals from the suit of cups. And whatever way you look at it, there is a throne on an island. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's the king or the queen. There is a throne in the background on an island, and this royal presence has come up. It's an upright card, and he's sitting and he's he's left his throne. This is very interesting. He's left his throne in preference to sit on the tree trunk. Now, so even despite the fact that he is royalty, I'm just thinking about the connotation of this, and he's got a chair there, which is a royal chair. He prefers to sit on the tree trunk, right? So it's almost like that's what I'm picking up on this. And he's got a telescope, and he's looking up at the stars, and I'm going to say he's looking up at the moon, because we're talking about the new moon in Cancer. But I feel he is more his true self when he's not aware of his status, when he is just kind of like being where he's most comfortable, which is the tree rather than the throne, and that he's kind of like just soaking in the energy of the universe. He's like literally got the telescope there. He's looking out to the gods and the heavens in a very relaxed and calm way. The water is there. It is a cups card for sure, and it's a royal card for sure. But I just think I think it's everybody else that kind of puts importance on his royalness rather than him. He is just basically in the privileged position that he can be left undisturbed to be himself and let the heavens kind of, just have his time with the heavens. And I just feel if you are a Libra, I think you can allow yourself to, I think you will be more elegant. I know Libra can be quite an elegant sort of sign, but I think you will be more elegant if you are just your most authentic self, just connecting with that new moon and with the universe, and just go with whatever that kind of washes over you. You don't need all your fancy stuff at all. And maybe your manifestation should be a much more kind of spiritual, meaningful thing than anything that's kind of like material. That's what I'm getting from that.
Nice.
Thank you.
I looked it up. That is the queen.
That was lovely. Very beautiful.
Is that the queen?
It is the queen, but that message was perfect.
Oh,
yeah, it didn't matter. I was thinking, it didn't matter if it was the king or the queen, because she was reading the card. But it is good to know for future reference when she. This
proves that I'm really not familiar with the deck. But I was certain. I mean, I was certain that it was one of the royals, and I kind of felt this royal doesn't really care that they're a royal. They're just loving the fact that they can go and sit in their favorite place and connect with the universe. It's it's just the privilege that comes with it that you can do that.
And that's what I need to do. It's just
yeah. It's true though, isn't it? Because don't you find though in life that some people who are truly sort of in higher positions are actually really, really nice, chilled people? It's people that are trying too hard to have a high status that are the most annoying ones.
Yeah.
It's pretentious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something about that in that card.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
Aquarius. My two favorite ladies. And my son. Sun, moon, or rising in Aquarius. They won't listen. Okay. Almost had a tarot card fountain. All right. got? Oh. I love this card. I really need to start paying attention. When you get your Victorian Romantic, Cassidy, we're playing with them. I got the 10 of Pentacles. Such a different 10 of Pentacles. He is in the market, but he is not the old man who owns the place. He's got like a really thriving market stall, and he's loving what he's doing. I love this. I love this. I love this. Sorry, I'm excited because he isn't having to be the grand old master. It's not about, you know, when you see that 10 of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite, we instantly think, I own all this. CEO, corporation, big, massive amounts of money. But this is saying, you don't have to reach for that. You just need to be happy with what you're doing. Find what you love and do it. It's not about always making money. I know sometimes, and I've seen this happen, where you get this great idea and then you have to go and screw it all up by trying to monetize it, and you no longer enjoy what you were doing. Just do something for the joy of it. And it may not be monetarily, but the rewards will be tenfold. Do something you, by God, enjoy. Figure it out and do it. Manifest that.
I've got to say, Sharon, having worked on the market for 2.5 years, some of those people have worked on that market for years and years and years. The pride they put into their market stalls, they get up at the crack of dawn. It takes them hours to set it all up. It's not like having a shop where you can shut the door and go home and go back to it the next day. I'm not belittling anyone that's got a shop. They have to drive it all there, unpack it all, set it all up, make it all look lovely, be absolutely sociable and on show all day, and then pack it all down again and go and do it again the next time. And some of them have been there for absolutely years, but the pride that they have in what they do is really admirable, to be honest.
Yeah, and you can see the pride with him.
Yeah.
And those are beautiful vegetables. I worked in the produce department 12 years. I don't see any bruises or wilting on those vegetables.
Yeah.
I do hope they're not genetically modified.
Oh, that's a good one.
I don't think he would.
No.
Not at the market. Not at the market.
No.
That's a very nice card. Yeah.
I really liked that.
That was great.
Oh, I love that deck. It's so pretty. Okay. So this is for our Gemini people. So this is quite interesting. This was a different card when I turn it over than it actually is, which is funny because it says the name of it right at the bottom of the card. So I have here the King of Pentacles.
Oh, he's nice.
Oh yeah. And yeah, I really like the court cards in the deck. So I can't help but feel like if one were to take a sort of an opposite to a Gemini, and I can say this because I have a Gemini moon, it would be something like the Pentacles card, and it would be something like the King of Pentacles. A little bit. I just feel like what's really being called into question here is like seeing what you can learn in the stark contrasts of your regular nature versus what you can do when you're working. I think this card really points to sitting still, to just reconnecting, grounding. Like this is such a different King of Pentacles. Like he's got a nice, I guess, collar and stuff going on, but he's sitting there. He's surrounded by ferns. Like we don't have the throne and the the foot on the thing. Like it's just it's quite peaceful actually. From this card, and maybe it's just kind of too like with what Mandy was saying, like not caring about being a royal. I'm not seeing that this particular, like he doesn't have a crown on, you know. it's really quite cool. And it's also, I'm really drawn to the fact his lips are like, they're just like parted. So maybe he was thinking about saying something, but he's not. I don't think he's speaking. Maybe he's thinking about what he would want to say or how he would want to say it. But instead of actually speaking, like we love to do, you sit with what's behind the things that you say. So for the Gemini people, I would say this would be a really excellent moon for you to sit in stillness. I can't help but, King of Pentacles, still, like, this can be very goal oriented, very what you're wanting to accomplish, but it's quite grounded, it's quite peaceful. Sit in that space, which is, quite opposite. Don't talk about it. Don't share it with someone necessarily. Maybe sit under a tree, whatever it means to just ground and reconnect while you do your work, I think will be very, very beneficial to you.
So interesting, isn't it? All the air signs that we all got feminine cards, and we all got kind of cards that were sort of like drop the kind of the usual elevated position that you might actually be in, and just find the more, find the more meaning in it.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see what the Oracle has to say, actually.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably, of all of the elements we've covered so far, the common thread is the clearest, maybe.
Yes.
It's just about kind of like
going. That's how Gemini
deeper.
moons are. Our Gemini moons are all kind of in sync. Don't be the odd one out, Harley, just because you can.
I'm proud to say I will always be the odd one out everywhere I go. So, wow, okay. So for Libra, be the most authentic version of yourself that you can strive to be, and let others think what they think and leave considerations of status behind.
Yep.
For Aquarius, yeah, find meaning in what brings you joy, the type of work that brings you joy, and don't think about how profitable it is. So drop the practical dimension. Again, there's that moving the practical, more gravity-oriented dimension of things away, right? Okay. And then with Gemini, find ways of being yourself, but being in the body, meditating, grounding yourself in the body, finding stillness within the body, and somehow still being that creative, dynamic Gemini mind, right? So definitely a message of kind of scaling things down and just finding a point of stillness, a point of reality that isn't too far off, away in the clouds. Okay? All right, so what is the message? What is the oracle message for anyone with the sun, moon, or ascendant in an air sign for the new moon in Cancer coming up on the 10th of July? Wow, that's powerful. So it's a major. It's one of my favorite majors, and it's upright. Okay, this is definitely, it's just sort of like tying together all of your messages and giving them a big major arcana stamp of approval. It's like really be yourself and be yourself from that elevated position, that elevated privileged vantage point of genuine self-examination and genuine self-knowledge. Okay, so that means really finding the space and the time that you need to just drown out all the interfering noises and all the interfering opinions and expectations of others, and really seeing clearly, shedding the light of your own perception on who you are, what means most to you, what gives you peace, and what makes life feel meaningful for you. Hermit.
Oh,
Oh,
Yep.
I love that.
I love that.
I just love how
I do see him as being Aquarian for me.
he is.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
very Aquarian.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's Aquarian. He's also Saturnine. You know, he's just kind of like, it's me. It's about me now. It's about what I think of everything. You know, ain't about you all, people. I have the vantage point here. Okay.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
he really is, though. He is superior without and yet modest about it, and that is sort of the thread that was going through all of those cards.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So we've finally reached the water signs, and we're going to kick it off with cardinal water, Cancer.
This is key. Okay, I'm expecting something big.
Yes, I know. So if you have, as Harley does, his moon or your sun or your rising sign in the sign of Cancer, this is a big one for you on the 10th of July. What is the message that the black cats can give you that will make your new moon, I've twisted the card over here, your new moon the most beneficial for you? Okay. So I have the Knight of Swords. This is a really, really lovely Knight of Swords. I mean, to me, this Knight of Swords looks like he is very heroic, this Knight of Swords. It's very much, the image immediately conjures up the prince in the Sleeping Beauty that's about to kind of chop down all those trees and get to her and kiss her, you know, and she'll wake up after 100 years. It's irrelevant that it's a cat on top of the horse, but it's just very Aurora. He's coming to get you. That is what I get out of this this card. New moon in Cancer. It's upright. Okay, so what is the advice here on how to handle this new moon in Cancer? Okay, so what lies ahead could be challenging, but that's all right. That is all right, because you are up for the challenge. You will get through that forest, that wood, and you will actually kind of save the day. You will reach that princess, and you will do it's suggesting that whatever you begin on this new moon is the first kind of step that you have to get through in order to achieve the goal that lies the other end. She's not going to wake up unless you chop down all those trees and get there. But there is no question that you will get there, because your nature is to kind of persevere and to kind of like clear all the obstacles out of the way to achieve your goal. So use this new moon to actually kind of launch you on that mission. I love it. I think this is just very, very heroic.
Oh wow. I
So
love it. It's just like also like it's just very it's very empowering for me to hear that, like as a Cancerian, because like as a lunar Cancerian, because it's just it's really saying I feel like, to me it's saying like don't go sideways, you know, just be direct, you know.
Yeah.
This is your time.
Yeah.
To be
it might not be straightforward and easy, but you can do it. You know what you've got to do. You know what you've got to do. You will achieve it. So begin. Get on with it.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. That was great.
Thank you.
Scorpio. Sun, moon, or ascendant into Scorpio for this new moon in Cancer. Okay. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. I got the Hierophant. And you see how this Hierophant is different? I love this Hierophant. I would like that Hierophant. The thing is, Scorpio, you've got this beautiful, brilliant superpower of observation. You suck up everything, but you keep it. It swirls around in your head and you keep it and you sit on it and you don't like to share. So, what this is telling me is you have so much to share. You might think that you aren't an authority on something. You might feel that, who am I to share this information? I've only been observing it. But this is telling me it's time to start sharing. Start sharing your observations. Start using your superpower to help other people, because it's freaking awesome. All right, information, power.
Love it.
A lovely
Love that
card.
message. Yeah.
Yeah, great message. Okay, for our Pisces. So yes, mutable water Pisces. This is a neat card. It's the Two of Pentacles. It came up reversed. I'm going to just show you because this deck is very, very different. There we go. Well, at some point it disappears. But yes, it looks like this. It's neat. It almost, I don't know if it is, it's not 100%, but it's, you know, certainly have kind of half of the card darn near reflecting the other half of the card.
Can I ask, are the girls wearing blue?
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
It's hard to see. Yeah, exactly. Yes, they're wearing like royal blue. It's really beautiful. And there's like some.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lovely card. I'll take a bigger photo of it. Okay, so this is neat. How I'm seeing this advice is coming forward as like something you could do and being very forward thinking, but I think it can also apply to thinking retrospectively. But it's exploring. I keep saying exploring. Every reading I've had, you need to explore something. Explore the what if tangent. And like I said, you can do it in the past. Like, what if I would have done this or done that? That's always neat and cool. But when you're making your plans, when you're doing your moon preparation, it's Two of Pentacles, so kind of make it tangible, I feel. But really, instead of thinking about one straightforward plan, I want to do this, I want to do that, almost make either a mind map or you can write this down, but follow different paths of what if you were to do this thing versus what if you were to do that thing. When I say you can do the exercise in the past, it's a good exercise too, especially if you want to just think a little existentially of what maybe happened, or into the whole parallel universe type situation. Who would I be if I would have done such and such differently? But from this point here we are at, moving forward, I think you should incorporate that into your working, into your goal setting. Like what other pathways can you take to either reach the same goal or really think about what it means to turn left versus turning right. I don't think this, I didn't say this, but I'm just going to avoid the impulsivity as well. We've seen that theme before. Of just like, I want to this is what I want to do, and this is how I'm going to get there kind of thing. Really think about what that means when you take on something new and where that's going to put you months from now, a year from now, a couple of years from now. Really think of multiple trajectories in your goal setting plans. That's what I would say for our Pisces folks. Yeah, reversed.
Wow.
Very nice. Very nice. Very suitable for Pisces. Yeah. All right. So yeah, there was a kind of a keyword, I guess, I arrived at that I think could serve as the common thread between the three readings that we got now for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, and that was vision, actually, right? So for Cancer, it was like, yeah, stick with that grand vision and just know that you have the endurance and stamina that you need to manifest it regardless of the challenges, right? How daunting it'll be. You can make it. You can manifest it. In Scorpio, it's share the wealth of knowledge and insights that you already have due to your really sharp and deep talent of perception, right? And with Pisces, the message was keep the possibilities open and then try to envision the goals you want to manifest based on the consideration of several possibilities, right? So stay in that mutable mode, or keep your vision of the future in that mutable mode, and embrace, what's the word I'm looking for? Indeterminacy, or not knowing in advance what you really want to do, or what you would like to do, or what you should do. Okay, sit in that space of not knowing. All right, so what's the message that could help all of the water signs? Anyone with the sun, moon, or ascendant in any of the water signs, for any type of moon work on the 10th of July, coinciding with the new moon in Cancer. Wow, ho 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 ho. Okay. Cups card, a royal cups card. Actually, this is, for me at least, I consider this, it's a court card, but among all the court cards, if you push me to pick one, just one for Cancer, I would choose this one. It did come up reverse. Okay. This is the Queen of Cups reversed. Again, it goes back to that word vision. Okay. So the message I'm getting here is that because water sign psychology is so complex, multifaceted, layered, and it just takes so much time to, okay, and that wasn't even the right choice of words. Like, it takes a lot of effort to try to kind of determine, that's it, to determine what it is that you really want, what it is that you really value, right? What it is even that you actually feel. What is an imagined feeling versus what is your true feeling in this certain situation, right? Because we always have the issue of boundaries highlighted when we're talking about water sign psychology, right? So it's very simple for your, like, if the water signature in your chart is very strong, it's very simple for you to mistake others, like the projected thoughts or feelings of others, for your own, right? And this card is flagging up the challenge of really taking on the difficult task of diving into your own depths and figuring out what's real from your perspective, what's valuable from your perspective, right? What's beautiful and worth sticking with, like she's just gripping that cup, right? What's worth holding on to, right? And the key is, and this is why I love the Queen of Cups, right? Like, the way you can't separate the nurturing embrace, like, of the chalice, I guess I should call it, maybe, right? From the reflection that you can see her seeing in that chalice. So she is, at the same time that she's holding this external object, she is also fiercely looking at it the truth about herself that it can reflect, you know? And that is coming across to me really strongly. Like, take on the challenge of your own depths. Don't be daunted by them, and try to kind of figure out. I mean, you use your watery, let's say, use the knowledge and the insights that your watery fluidity and porousness gives you, because it allows you to absorb knowledge and you know, reality as seen by others, right? Add it to your own storehouse of knowledge, but then in the end, try to get at what is really, again, more authentically about you, right? More authentically about how you feel and about yourself, about the world, and how you value yourself and how you value the world, right? Very Cancerian. This is a very Cancerian card for me, right? I mean, just look at even look at the angels, right? At the two edges of the cup, and how, and I did even read this in a book before, like a commentary, that how from a distance you can see their wings as claws, as a crab's claws. Can you see that? Yeah,
Definitely.
and to me, every time I see that card, I can see the crab's claws. Yeah, they're very real, you know. So this is a very loud call, but like, yeah, this new moon Cancer is like a time for like some serious, heavy, like deep self discovery, or I should say like self affirmation, meaning like actually finding out who you are, right? Okay, I think I've said enough. I think the message is clear now.
Wow, beautiful message.
So thank you, everybody. They were some really amazing messages. So yeah, we hope that you all kind of like have a fantastic new moon in Cancer, and you know, you make some really, really good goals, good intentions. Cassidy, would you like to close our meeting for today?
Oh, sure. I also just want to announce we have Patreon. So if anybody wants to support our channel or join our higher tiers, we've got like 4 monthly events already planned just for our Patreon people. We can leave a link to that in the description below. Or if you want to support our channel, you can do so there as well. So we really appreciate everybody taking the time to watch, and let us know in the comments if this made sense for you, or if you did this with your moon work, how did it go? We'd love to hear some feedback. And other than that, yeah, thanks for tuning in. If anyone else has anything they want to say, but no, that's it. All right, cool. Well, thanks for watching, and we will see you all next time.
Yeah. Bye for now.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for engaging with us. Please like, subscribe and share. To book a personal, in-depth reading and to learn more about our incredible courses in tarot and astrology, please visit our website www.thepomegranate.grove.com.